I am a fan of my local sports team, and during my daily adventures, if I should run across someone wearing the gear of one of my local sports teams, I generally feel obligated to acknowledge their fandom. This, however, has gotten me into trouble on numerous occasions. Several times a year, I will see a middle-aged or older fellow wearing a promotional ball cap or shirt from my favorite team, and I'll give the obligatory, "Hey pal, catch the game last night?" Then, before that fucking guy can even get a word out of his mouth, emerges the scariest, most obnoxious, shrewish fiend someone like me can encounter. The sports shamer. Sports shamers come in all ages, sexes, and sizes, but the leaders of the sports shamers are middle-aged or older women who want nothing more than to crush your Super Bowl-sized dreams. Nearly immediately, this harpy will come firing from behind my wolf and my sports team gear's clothing. "Charles got that from his office. He wouldn't waste his evenings watching some silly game." Suddenly, poor Charles is giving me the help me stare, and our sports shamer is primed and ready to fire. And our sports shamer's initial argument is what a waste of time sports are. And this immediately pisses me off because that I know this person sits at home and spends 5 hours of every day glued to The View, the news, and finally 3 hours of bullshit soap operas. Then has the nerve to belittle the way I obviously spent my last evening. You better be careful, sports shamer. We are now at an impasse. You think what I like is stupid, and I'm positive what you like is stupid. Considering soap operas are far more entertaining when you can't actually understand what is going on, I would say I would quit while I'm ahead. Shit talking is one of my skills as well, but I wasn't planning on practicing it today. So some sports shamers will stop right here. I call them the level 1 sports shamers, and I usually let them go on by. But the level 2 sports shamer can't wait to throw your affinity for sports in your fucking face. These are the ones that expect war. The worst of the batch always hit the same second point: the salaries. And this is where the sports shamer jumps the fucking shark for me. Now I can no longer be silent, but every hardcore sports shamer does go there next. So, Miss I'm Too Good to Follow Sports is apparently still a fucking expert on the economics of it. Since I know that I'm about to get an extraordinarily educated argument on sports economics, I better chuck aside the fact that most of these huge contracts never actually amount to the money that it says, and throw out the fact that only a small percentage of the top levels of sports actually make huge salaries. I wouldn't want to make too much sense now. Your poor broken husband might die of laughter if I completely run the table on this debate now, so I'll start slow. So ma'am, if these salaries are so out of hand, why didn't all of us men decide to go down this career path earlier in life? Let me think about that for a second. Oh wait, a lot of us fucking did. But if you're too busy in your world of credit cards and soap operas to realize that many youngsters dreamed of being a pro athlete, there's a very good reason why that shit didn't happen. So, Miss Expert, there's an easy way to get a big salary in, let's say, baseball. First, you start as a kid and try to excel at whatever level of ball you're playing. Then join traveling teams that play against top-tier talent and try to stand out there as well. Then, go play ball for a top high school program and try to be one of the best there as well so you get a shot to play college ball at a top university. From there, stand out enough for a pro team to take notice and then to draft you. From there, you'll be dropped into a minor league system and stand out at every level of the minors as you work your way up to be selected to the majors, survive 6 productive years at the top level of baseball, and you might be eligible for one of those large contracts, provided you were standing out enough at the top level of the game. Why didn't I fucking think of that, right? But the sports shamer isn't done. I still think they're overpaid, and there are much better ways of spending an evening than watching a group of men play a silly game. Charles and I watched a film with one of our favorite actors last evening. A much better use of time if you ask me. Oh yeah? Well, who's your favorite actor? Well, we just love Tom Hanks. Was the movie Angels and Demons? Why, yes, it was. Yeah, he made $50 million fucking dollars making that movie. Move on. Sincerely, BrownsMemes guy.